Functions Review Question 15. The table below represents a linear function. Find the missing values. Because it is a linear function, we know that the ratio of the change in y values to the change in x values, which means the slope, is the same throughout the problem. So I want to find an equation in order to find the missing values. And in order to find the equation, I'm going to start by finding the slope and then the y-intercept. So I picked the negative 312 and the 0, 6 to find the slope. So 6 minus 12 would be negative 6. 0 minus negative 3, minus a negative would become positive, so 0 plus 3 is 3. So my slope is negative 6 over 3, which would simplify to negative 2. Your y-intercept, see if you've heard of this before. The y-intercept is the value of y when x is 0. The y-intercept is the value of y when x is 0. Well, right here is where x is 0, so if I go over, there's my value of y. So my y-intercept is 6. So with this information right here, I now can write an equation. So my equation would be y equals negative 2x plus 6. I'm going to write that down twice. Okay, so now to find a, what do I know? I know, in order to find a, I know that y is 22. So I'm going to take that 22 and I'm going to substitute it in for y. So I'm going to put 22 in for y, and now we're going to solve for x. This is a two-step equation. So I'm going to box my x term. Oops. Subtract 6 from both sides. So 16 equals negative 2x. Divide by sides by negative 2. To isolate the variable, I use the inverse operation to isolate the variable. And I get negative 8 equals x. So a is negative 8. To find b, what do I know? I know that x is 2. So in order to find b, I'm going to take 2 and I'm going to plug it in for the x, substitute it in for the x. So I go to my equation over here. Y equals negative 2. And for the x, I'm going to put positive 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 6. And guys, if you're using your calculator, just put it all in your calculator at once. That would give us positive 2. So that means b is positive 2. So my final answer, a equals negative 8, and b equals 2. If you have any questions for problem 15, just ask.